but plenty enough for the first down as he's able to stiff arm his way past for about a 6-yard gain. Carry there from Tyler Mojet, the receiver, came out on the toss, able to pick up the first down. So down to the 20-yard line. Officially in the red zone here are the Comets. 6:40 left to go in this first quarter. Black under center. They go with the power off to the right side. Tackle being made, coming across by Aaron O'Mara, the senior linebacker, making a nice play. Tyler Mojet again getting the carry. Listed as a wide receiver, but in there getting to run the football as well. Olivet breaks the huddle now. Second down, 8 yards to go from the 18-yard line. Braden Black under center. Sends a man in motion across the left side of the formation. Going to hand it off again. Big power move getting right through. And Christopher Jones, the ball carrier. A big body able to pick it up there for the Comets. So that'll make a third down. About 3 yards to go here for the Comets. And we will see if the Dutchman can get a stop here finally. Olivet's been able to convert on third and fourth down every time they've tried. 5 minutes, 15 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Black under center. Play action, rolling out to the right. He's going to try and run for it. He gets around Pardonay, but then he comes back and makes the tackle. What a huge sack right there. Coming across, Jacob Pardonay. And that's going to be a fourth down. See if Olivet brings on the kicking unit here. And indeed, that will be the case. It's going to be Gunnar Aper out to take this field goal try. It's going to be a 30-yard field goal. But first, it looks like Olivet's going to use a timeout before the kickoff. The second timeout already for Olivet with 4:40 to go in the first quarter. So Olivet out to a 6-0 lead, trying to make it 9 as the Dutchman came up with a big stop on third down. And we'll see what they go with here. Maybe a timeout to try and change things. They decided they might want to go for it, or perhaps just didn't like what they see. Maybe had a personnel issue. Not exactly sure. And indeed, maybe it was a personnel issue, as it looks like Douglas Pollard is in to try the kick now instead of Gunnar Aper. So Pollard switches place with Aper. He's going to try kick this field goal from the right hash. It's a 30-yard try, and we'll see if the righty can hook this one in to put his team up by 2 scores early on. Snap and hold are good. Turns. This kick's got the distance, and it's wide to the right, though. He didn't hook it in, so it's no good, and a big stop for the Dutchman. He'll take over, down just 6-0 with 4:35 left to go here in the first quarter. So the Dutchman offense back out onto the field. We'll see what Bruce Schrader and the Dutchman can do. Brandon Campbell picked up 8 yards on his only carry so far. Schrader's got a couple of carries. Really, the Dutchmen haven't given us much to see on the offensive end. But here's Schrader back in the gun. Campbell to his right. They'll hand it off that way. And try and run Campbell behind the lead blocker and pick up a maybe 1 yard here on the play. It's going to be second down and give him 2 yards. 2nd and 8 upcoming here. So let's see what the Dutchmen dial up here. 2nd down and long. Had trouble moving the ball oftentimes this season, with the exception of their last game. Of course, they scored 57 points of their 67 total points they have on the season. Schrader drops back, looks out to his right. Nice catch and a spin, and yards after the catch for Cooper Cicchini. Keeney comes up with a nice reception, and it's enough for a first down. 3:45 left now in the first quarter. The Dutchmen picked up a first down on their previous drive. And another one here. Let's see if this time they have what it takes to finish off the drive. Schrader's a perfect 3 of 3 through the air so far. Takes it here. He's going to hand it off. Going up the middle. Couple yards picked up on the ground by Mike Kluziak. Second down and 6 coming up here for the Dutchmen. Schrader back in the gun, halfback to his left. Off to the left side, stuffed on the defensive end, nothing doing there. A little bit of shoving going on after the play here, but looks like they'll break them up. And we did just see lightning strike again here on the field. And wonder if the officials are coming up to discuss it. And here comes the official, I think, going to make the announcement. And his microphone a little bit shoddy here. We didn't quite get the message. So we couldn't hear it, but definitely is going to be a lightning delay. So for now, I think they're going to have to send the teams into the locker room. So we'll have to take at least a half an hour break here. And I'm sure they'll encourage the people here to head to their cars. It could be a long walk for some, but they're going to send the teams to the locker room. So we will take a break, and we'll try and keep you updated, see what happens throughout the game.
I don't have a 2 deep roster for both. I've been having to go off just the deep roster. Thank you for your cooperation. I'm kind of lost right now. It's a very weird start to this all. Yeah. Okay. All right. They didn't cancel the game, right? No, lightning break. They're sending the teams to the locker room. It'll be half an hour, I believe. Also, I did not get a 2 deep roster. Do you have a 2 here? Well, no. It's been really hard. I've been going on just the regular thing. Do you want one of my spot charts? I have 3. I print out 3. I print out a copy of 3. Seriously, that'd be amazing. I really be. Let me grab my duplicates. I meant ours too, though, because have mine. I know our. No, you keep it. I know our guys. I'm just saying I also didn't get one. Here's our offense. Wow, that's. Now the other thing is, I don't know if these are completely correct. It's better than nothing, man. With so many Wisconsin with so many double numbers and whatnot, it's pretty. Now that's just first and second, guys. You're not going to see Jaquan Short out there till the second half because there was a team something. I don't want to say on the air because I don't think our coach was really offended and say that some player didn't do a good job or something. Oh, you guys. Oh, yeah, we got. I know that.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back here. Looks like we're going to have a couple minutes for teams to warm up, and we will finally get going again here from Smith Stadium on the campus of Hope College. During the break, we sat here in the press box, watched some college football action. I'm sure a lot of you were watching at home. Michigan hanging on to beat Wisconsin. Amazing interception from Jordan Lewis. North Carolina with a 54-yard field goal to beat Florida State. And then Tennessee winning on a Hail Mary after a last-minute touchdown from Georgia. And hopefully we're in store for some great action out here, just like what we saw moments ago around the country. Olivet leads 6-0 over Hope. And they scored a touchdown early. Hope blocked the extra point. And we will have a few minutes left here in the first quarter yet. And still raining pretty heavily out there. But a break between lightning. They're going to try and get this game in. And 2:43 left up on the clock. Both teams out on the field, and looks like after a little stretching, they're taking the sidelines. And, an extended absence off the field like this, giving both teams plenty of time to talk over what they want to do. And we'll see if anybody's made any adjustments early on already from what they've been seeing on the field. Olivet, of course, like I said, with a 6-0 lead as they had the extra point blocked and then missed a field goal afterwards. Had an opportunity to make it a 9-0 lead, but it stays at 6-0. And with the voice of Tom Davilar raining down on Ray and Sooth Smith Stadium, that means we're ready to get going again here. Just an update from golf. Hope tied today for first in women's golf for St. Mary's in the MIAA Jamboree to keep the overall lead by 24 strokes. And just an update from some other Hope athletics. But back to the football field now as the Hope offense is taken back over. They've got a 3rd down and 6 right here to try and come up with something. Waiting for the whistle from the referee, and we are ready to go. It's Bruce Schrader in the gun, halfback to his right. Looking that way, up the middle. He's going to step up, try and run for it now. He's trying to get to the edge. He's going to be brought down, and he picks up a few yards, but it's not going to be enough for the first down. It'll be 4th down, and it looks like about 2 yards to go. So Hope's going to send on the punting unit here. So now with 2 minutes left in the first quarter, back underway. Trouble with the snap here, and going to have to fall on top of it, and it really won't matter who came up with it because Olivet's going to have it right there in that spot. Darren Ford had trouble hanging onto the football, and we're seeing already this rain impacting these players' ability to hold on to the ball. So Olivet's going to take back over 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Fans starting to trickle back into the stadium here. Of course, they were told they had to leave during the lightning delay. So fans for Olivet and Hope both trickling back in. Not as many as we saw initially on the Hope side. They've got their umbrellas out, and they're ready to go. 1:54 left here in the first quarter. Hope College
Trey Houston. Fake handoff, Black rolls out left. He's got a couple of his blockers up the left sideline, and he picks up the first down. Inside.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we're back up for now. Sorry about technical difficulties. And as you can see, both teams standing and fans and saluting Hope College's guest, Army Infantry Combat Specialist Jeremy Vanderveen of Grand Rapids. Hope College, of course, honoring a military member every game this season, and the tribute going out to Jeremy and his family today. It's always wonderful to see. So now that we switched ends, headed to the start of the second quarter. Olivet flipping sides, heading to the south end zone now. Black is under center, sends a man in motion. Handoff to the left side, a belly play. Washington's going to pick up maybe 5 yards, a pretty good carry. We'll set up a second down just into this second quarter. So we've got a gap in the weather, told there's another swell coming, so we're going to try and get in as much football as possible right now. Black going to go back under center here. Couple backs in the backfield. Jerome Washington straight in behind. The fullback took the carry last time. Sends a man in motion. That's Houston. Now they're going to toss it out wide. And down to the left sideline. Looked like that was Mojet. He coming up with the carry. And he's not going to have enough for first down yardage. Just shy. It'll be third down and a yard from the 7-yard line. So we'll see what the Comet offense draws up here. They need just one. Braden Black headed back under center. Spent most of the time to start this game in the gun. And under center for the most part here. Two backs in the backfield. Tight end on the right side and a wing, one wide receiver wide to the left. They're going to bring Houston in motion again. Handoff going left side. Washington plenty enough to pick up the first down. And Washington gets all the way down to about the 2-yard line here. The Comets are going to have a first and goal. See if they try and hurry back up. Trying to get the play in from the sideline and call it the 3-yard line here. 3 yards to go to the goal line here for the Comets. Black again, under center. Takes the snap and hand off left side here. Washington trying to power his way into the end zone. Got up to the 1-yard line. Didn't quite make it in, but he's really showing a lot of power running ability on this drive here. So that'll bring up second and goal. Just 1 more yard here for the Comets. With Black coming back up under center. The rain has stopped momentarily here. Let's see what Olivet comes up with. Black under center, wing to the right side with a tight end. 2 backs again. Going back and stuffed. What a big stop. Aaron O'Mara with the tackle. The senior linebacker coming through. And what a play, making it third down and goal. They're trying to continue to power it in on the ground, and O'Mara was there bringing pressure off the edge. What a play. And now it's third down and goal from the 2-yard line for the Comets. And crowd trying to get into this. What's left of the crowd after the delay. Black under center. Two-back set once again. 2 yards out from the goal line. They're going to fake play action going, and it's misthrown by Black. He had a receiver wide open right there on the goal line. The play couldn't be made, and that's going to set up 4th and goal. Will the Comets go for it or take the field goal? They already missed from short, and right now not seeing a kicking unit onto the field, and Braden Black near the sideline trying to get a play from his coaches. Looks as though the offense is going to stay on the field. They're going to have to get the play in and get it ran quick. Play clock down to 15 already. And now down to 10. Black going to go straight under center. Couple yards to go to the end zone here. All or nothing time. They're going to fake it. Roll out again. He's got a receiver wide open this time. And he couldn't make the catch. That ball hit the turf. And Hope bailed out 2 plays in a row as the catch could not be made by Andre Houston. And Olivet College is going to come away with nothing on this goal line try. And the Flying Dutchman lucked out big time there. A bad throw and a drop ball 2 times in a row. The Comets going with the play action. Really like the call there, mixing things up as Hope stuffed the run a few times in a row. But they just couldn't convert. You wonder if these slippery conditions having to do a lot with throwing and catching the ball. Most certainly does, of course. And teams coming off a long break as well. You always wonder how that kind of break can affect the focus of a player in a game. Schrader, hands off right out of the end zone. Campbell's got a hole. He stiff arms a man straight to the ground. He's heading out down the sideline, getting a nice block from his receiver, and he's all the way ahead for a big gain. And that's going to be a first down. The Dutchmen not only get out of the shadow of their own goalpost, but they get plenty more, all the way up to the 31-yard line, a first down. Christian Boss with a nice block outside the receiver to help his man Campbell with the big carry. Back at it, Schrader spins, trying to avoid a defender, but there are just too many Comets there. No getting away in that situation. Robert Cuba in the backfield for the Comets, making a huge play in response after the big run. And a good job by the big man getting some penetration. That's going to set up second down and about 15 yards. Trips out to the left now for the Dutchman in the pistol here. Schrader with the hard count, almost got Olivet to go. Now they're going to look to change. Schrader getting the play in. Campbell in behind. Schrader back now in the gun. Takes the snap, looks right away. They're going to try and lob it up, and almost a very good catch. The coverage was there, though, and Billy Kirkendall was right there in position to make things very difficult there for the Dutchman. That was Jacob Kozlowski, the tight end, lined up outside, I think. And now the Dutchmen are going to have third down, and they're going to need to pick up 15 yards. Curtis Slank actually out wide there, 83, not 82. Let's see what the Dutchmen go with here. They need 15 yards on third down. They're going to try and set up a tunnel screen. Slank not there. And the Dutchmen are going to have to punt it away after a big run on the first play from scrimmage on this drive. Could not get anything else going. So now the punting unit coming back out for the Dutchmen. Olivet defense really stepping up there after giving up a big gain on the first play. Bailey back deep to receive now. And Mitchell Bailey went to the same high school as Braden Black, the quarterback for the Comets. Both products of Battle Creek, Harper Creek. And contact with Bailey there. Hope's going to run this football down, but it won't matter. That's going to be a penalty, of course, on the punting team. One of the Dutchmen ran into the return man. And this is going to give a little better field position, and already was going to be solid. Olivet hasn't had to go far on their drive, starting near or past midfield every time. And this time with the penalty, they are going to move past midfield. So Hope defense really in a tough spot so far this game, having to defend their own goal line. But they've done well so far, only allowing 6 points. Trying to keep their team in the game. The offense struggling to get too much going. Coming off a 57-point game from 2 weeks ago and a bye week to help prepare. Wonder how the offense would respond to try and get things going. So the penalty going to move up the Comets 15 yards, and that's going to move them up to the 39-yard line of the Flying Dutchman on the kick-catch interference. So with 10-12 to go in the second quarter, the Comets will start there. Sorry we don't have the graphics for you this evening, so I'll try to keep you updated. 10 minutes, 12 seconds left in the second quarter. It's a 6-0 lead for the Comets over the Dutchman. In the gun now. Black looks to his left for Lilly right away. Instead goes up the middle on a slant. And Bailey gets a nice reception right away on first down. That's going to set up second at about a yard. Mitchell Bailey's been involved quite a bit. Back as the return man being bumped there. And also had a big reception of 43 yards to start this game and set up the touchdown for the Comets. Mitchell Bailey been all over the field. Black back in the gun here. High snap, brings it down, and they're going to set up the screen. Outside, breaking a tackle. Saxton all the way down, and he reaches for the goal line, but he's going to be down shy. But a huge play there for the Comets, who are going to have a first down and goal from about 3 yards out. Big play there for Olivet. The Dutchmen having trouble keeping these Olivet receivers in check, and they're going to try and line up quickly here to get another playoff. Cornelius Saxton there with the big pickup. And now we're going to get a timeout here as the play clock's running down. And Black backed up, called the timeout. So with 9:08 left up on the clock, that is the last timeout that Olivet had in this half. They had to use 2 earlier. So out of timeouts now are the Comets with 9:06 left. And a big play, they're trying to punch it in on first and goal from 3 yards out. They were here on the last drive, not able to punch it in. We'll see if the Hope defense can hold up again. So just looking down some of our stats so far, 8 first downs for Olivet compared to just 3 for Hope. And they've had 178 yards of total offense, 128 of those through the air. It's about what we'd expect from this Olivet offense. Hope has amassed just 51 total rushing yards, and a big chunk of that coming on the run earlier from Brandon Campbell that went for 25. So Hope not getting much going on the offensive end after scoring 57 points in their last game. And now they have to count on their defense on the goal line again to see if they can keep the Comets out. They've already forced a goal line stop and a missed field goal. Now the Comets have first and goal from the 3. Sending a man in motion. That's Houston. Going to give it up the middle. Washington, the big man. Stopped short initially. Still trying to fight forward. He's not going to get in the end zone. Looks like he's stopped around the 1 yard line. Second and goal. The nose of the football just up on the 1. So a full yard here for the Comets left. Try and bring in a little bit more size. See if they can punch it in. Black going to go back up under center. Christopher Jones in the backfield, as well as Mojay. Houston in motion. He's tripped up and finished off by the Dutchman. What a huge play there, as the Dutchmen stop the Comets short again, and now they're in a tough spot. Zach Telfor on the tackle there. He's the first one there to trip up Houston, and a couple other Dutchmen were there to finish him off. So all of a sudden, it's third down and goal. The Comets are on the 10-yard line. Could be a huge stop here. This bend but break defense so far for the Dutchmen. Big play here. Trips to the right, and Black now in the gun. Lilly to his right. Lone receiver up top to the left. Hope looks like they might be bringing a little bit of pressure. Here comes the blitz. Lilly picks it up. He throws, and that one's high. Nobody with a chance to make the catch. And that's going to be fourth and goal from the 10, and we'll see the field goal unit come out again. A huge stop. The Hope College Flying Dutchman defense has been huge so far, and now you just wonder if the offense can return the favor, as they've got it still at a 6-0 deficit, 7:39 to go before halftime. Back out again here to try and knock in the field goal. It's Pollard out here on the attempt. Douglas Pollard, the freshman kicker from the left hash, 22-yard field goal. This one's got the distance, and right down the middle, Pollard knocks it through. That's 3 points for the Comets to make it a 9-0 lead. 7:35 left up on the clock. And if you're a member of the Hope Faithful, certainly got to be happy that you were able to keep Olivet from scoring another touchdown. Still only 9-0. So the Hope return team will come on out, try and set their team up with some solid field position. And their defense doing their job on the goal line. And really, they've been in a pretty tough spot. Olivet started with the football for the most part on the Hope side of midfield. Can't ask for too much more of this defense with a lot of senior leadership there on the goal line from linebackers like Telfor, O'Mara, Pardonnet really stepping in, doing their parts today. So Olivet back to kick it off deep now. Douglas Pollard back to kick for Olivet. Deep kick here. Going to be fielded, though, at about the 2-yard line. And brought down, swung down just past the 20. Good coverage there as Van Vliet brought it out. And the return of about 20 yards. The Dutchman will start the drive from the 22. So now the Dutchman offense back on the field, looking to get something going finally. And it'll be a pistol look here. Schrader looks back, checks on the play. Campbell in behind. 2 wide receivers to either side. Schrader going to take it. He's going to roll off to his left. Hits a receiver down to the ground. That's a catch, but down right there. Just going to be a couple yards for the Dutchman. And Christian Bose with the reception there. Receivers stacked to the left side. 2 more out to the right this time. Schrader again in the pistol. Going to hand it off for Campbell. Tries to burst up the middle. Not a lot of room, but he'll pick up 3 yards or so. It's going to be 3rd down and a long 2 yards here. And they'll spot it right on the 30, so 2 yards is what the Dutchman will need. 6:49 left here and the clock running in the second quarter. Could be big for the Dutchman to pick up a score before headed to the half. From the pistol again. Schrader. That's somebody to go over the line, but got back in time. Not able to draw off completely. Schrader gets the play back in here from the sideline now. Takes the snap. He's going to drop back, throw right away, going wide. Cooper Cicchini with the reception, and that's enough for a first down. The freshman Cicchini back on it again. Few catches so far this evening. Cicchini, the leading reception so far for the Dutchman. And back up quickly. The offense trying to get things running again. Schrader takes a look and back over to the sideline here for the play. Trips to the left. Lone receiver up top, Slank. Campbell in the backfield to the left and a little bit behind Schrader, who drops back. Looking to go over the middle quickly. Caccini's right there, and he fights forward up to the 41-yard line. We got a flag coming in deep down the field, and just one receiver and one DB back there. Bose was there, and Kirkendall for the Comets. We'll see who this is going to go against. The flag came back there, just those two in the area. And the referee's discussing, and we will see what the call ends up being. Didn't really get a very good look at it. We'll see. Still discussing here near midfield. And Caccini right there trying to listen in. And the call, unsportsmanlike conduct, is going to go against the offense. So that's going to drop the Dutchman back after a nice pickup on first down. Would have been a first down in about 4. Now it's going to back it up. And Dutchman going to be backed all the way back up to about the 26-yard line. So a huge loss there. And Dutchman with the 15-yard loss. Now they've got second down, about 19 or so here. Schrader looking to go deep over the middle. Oh, what a catch from Cooper Caccini. The freshman goes up in the air after the catch on first down. Makes a nice play. And what a catch. He looked like he's a little shaken up on the play, but he hustles his way back off. Wow, my goodness. What a catch from the freshman. And quickly off the field, now the Hope offense is going to try and keep it going. Stacked up here in the pistol. Schrader, hands off. Campbell trying to use his lead block, but a nice play right there by the linebacker coming through. Thomas Gary Holmes right in there, makes the play, sheds off the fullback, makes the stop, and it's going to be a gain of about a yard here for the Dutchmen. Now they move the spot up a little bit, maybe 2. Second down here, we'll still call it 9 for the Dutchmen. Dutchman trying to continue to move the football. 5 minutes left before the half now. Schrader snapping the gun, rolls to his left. Oh, he's got a receiver there, but right through the hands. And Mike Clifford could not get the reception there. He looked like he was stumbling just before the pass came to him, and he wasn't able to recover, so the pass ended up going right through his hands.
49 yards out from the end zone, down 9-0.
So now it's 3rd down and 9, just past midfield, the Dutchman on the 48-yard line. And the ball looked like it spotted a little bit farther forward than it was the last play. The Dutchman might have lucked out, picked up about a half a yard here. But anyways, Schrader drops back, goes deep, down the seam. That pass isn't even close. That's intercepted, but we're going to see pass interference coming up here. So forget about the interception for now. It looks like this one might be going against the defense. There were 2 defenders and 1 receiver going down the middle. Never had a chance to catch it, so Hope's going to be bailed out big time if this is indeed on the defense. Would have been an interception, and the receiver really had no chance, blanketed by 2 defensive backs, and we'll see if the Dutchmen get bailed out. 4:42 left before the half here. It's a 9-0 lead for Olivet, and just waiting for the referees in their conference here. Let's see what they go with. It was a 3rd and 9 play. Schrader went deep. The pass was nowhere near his receiver, who was double covered anyways. And it will indeed be pass interference on the defense. So that's going to be an automatic first down for the Dutchmen. And boy, did they need that to keep this drive going. 4:42 left. The Dutchmen down 9, trying to get some points on the board. And all of a sudden, they're all the way down to the 33-yard line. And a chance to get a score. Schrader back here in the pistol. Fullback shifts over. They're going to give it off. McClusiak, play action. He's going to go deep. He's got his man, but it's well underthrown. And that should have been picked off, really. And Schrader, once again, underthrowing completely. He had his man wide open over the top, but threw it a little late and threw it well short. Could have been a big play for the Dutchmen. They got what they wanted. But great coverage from Billy Kirkendall downfield. The junior out of DeWitt, Michigan, just could not quite come up with the catch, but great coverage nonetheless. Ball's well underthrown by Schrader. 2nd down and 10 now. Schrader going to give it this time. Kluziak, nice job bouncing through. Looked like he was going to be stopped well short of anything significant, but looked like he got a pretty solid pickup and got at least 4 yards. That'll set up 3rd down and 6. We'll see what the Dutchmen dial up on a big 3rd down play. 4 minutes and 5 seconds, and the clock's running. Before halftime here, the Dutch trail 9-0. Schrader in the gun. He's got his halfback to his right, 2 wide receivers either side. Schrader's going to keep it this time up the middle. He's not going to get it. That play was blown up from the start. There must have been 4 different white jerseys right there in the backfield, led by Robert Cuba, the defensive tackle, the 6-foot, 275-pound senior from Grand Rapids Christian High School. Came right in and made the play. The Dutchmen are going to go for it here on 4th and 6. 4 down territory here would be about a 46-yard field goal try from this point. Schrader in the gun. Looks like they got someone to jump initially but got back. And now they're going to call the play in here. 4th down and 6. Olivet defense trying to adjust last second. He's got a receiver open, and it looks like enough for a first down. And indeed it will be. And Curtis Slank picks up a huge reception on 4th and 6. It's good for 7 yards. Schrader with a good ball this time outside. 3 minutes left here now. The clock is ticking. The Dutchman trying to wind this one down here with a touchdown. Dutchman currently trail 9-0 to the Comets. Schrader in the gun, halfback to his right. Looking right. Now he's going to throw downfield. He's got Caccini, who could not hang on to the football, and he knows he should have made that play. Schrader took off running. The DB came up, and he threw the ball. And Cooper Cicchini, the freshman who's made some very nice receptions already today, could not handle that one. That would have been a nice first down and would have probably set up 1st and goal for the Dutchman. So now 2nd and 10. Back in the gun here, Schrader. Klusiak to his left. 2 receivers right, 1 left. They're going to hand it off. Klusiak stiff arms the guy at the line. Now spins off another tackle. He's pounding his way forward. And it's a nice hard run on 2nd down to set up a more manageable 3rd down here for the Dutchman. And they're going to spot him on the 19-yard line. And they've got to get to the 13, so it'll be 3rd and 6. Schrader back up to the gun quickly. Kluzak to his right. Trips out to the right side, 1 runner to your left. They look that way. Schrader trying to run for it, and he is not going to get it, as it was well covered by the Comets secondary. And looks like the Dutchmen are going to try and pick up the field goal here, as Darren Ford is headed out on the field with 1 minute 50 seconds left. Field goal unit on, Darren Ford. Going to set up on the 25, so this will be a 35-yard attempt for Darren Ford. Ford lines up right in the middle of the field. Snap is good. Hold is down. This one has the distance, and he makes it a big 35-yard field goal knocked through by Darren Ford. And with 1 minute and 30 seconds left before the half, now the Dutchmen trail 9-3. So a nice job by the Dutchmen there right before half, just to drive down sustained offensive possession and able to put some points on the board as they get 3. And they trail 9-3 to the Comets. First time for the fight song playing here at Ray and Sue Smith Stadium for the Dutchman score. And a delay-lightened crowd here. Some people returned, but certainly affected the numbers that came back for Ray and Sue Smith Stadium. Olivet's fans still here. Everyone went back to their cars. And after an extended delay, around 45 minutes or so, we're back here, and we're getting some football in for now, ladies and gentlemen. 1:30 left here in the first half. And Darren Ford, after knocking the field goal through, will head back out to kick this one off.
We're back here at Olivet, Michigan.
Olivet back deep, ready to return.
As the Comets have just surrendered a field goal forward. Darren Ford was able to make a 35-yarder. Now it's 9-3, a defensive struggle, if you want to call it.
So now, Ford ready to kick off. On the 35, as soon as he's ready to go. We'll kick this one off, breaks the huddle, and his team spreads out. So Ford backing it up with 1:30 to go. Ready to send it deep. Here he kicks it up. This one's high and short near the sideline. They'll try and pin Olivet into the corner. Bailey taking it out, makes a man miss, but then brought down shy of the 25. And it looks like he'll be pretty close to the 25, rather. Maybe just a few inches shy. So 1:23 left to go. See if the Comets can punch in another score before the half. They do not have any timeouts, so expect them to go to the air here. Braden Black back out in the gun. He's got trips to his right. Lilly in the game to his left at halfback. Lone wide receiver to the left. Black now going to throw the screen quickly. O'Mara rushed in there to try and make the play. Great containment on the outside. Pardonnet there to make the stop. He gets up to about the 29-yard line to make it 2nd and 6, and he's able to get out of bounds to stop the clock. 1:17 to go here before the half. Trips moving out to the left this time. Lone receiver is Bailey to the right, and there was another lightning strike just now. Not sure if the referees saw it, but undoubtedly a strike right there. Screen pass coming in. Out to the left side. White turns on the Jets and gets up for a first down. So he goes out of bounds. He'll stop the clock with 1 minute and 11 seconds. Black back in the gun. Trips to the right. Black takes a snap from the gun. He looks to his left. They're trying to set up the screen underneath. And Hope doing a nice job wrapping up. It took 2 or 3 guys to bring him down. But eventually, Bailey is brought down for a gain of just about 2 yards. Clock ticking under a minute now. 53 seconds. Olivet trying to line back up. They still got 61 yards to go. Trying to get a play in from the sideline. It's definitely taking some time. 2nd down and 8. Trips right. They're going to throw the screen out there for White. And he's going to try and run outside. Cuts up the middle now, and he's knocked out. Looks like he has just enough for a first down. Got to move the chains. And whistles. Referees coming in to see what they're discussing. Might be putting some time back on the clock, perhaps. But looks like everything just fine. 30 seconds left. The clock's going to roll again now. Black in the gun. Lilly to his left. 2 wide receivers either side. Just 20 seconds remain. Looking to go deep downfield. Go to the middle. Tipped up in the air. That's going to be incomplete. Double coverage there. Enough for the Dutchman. With 16.6 seconds left on the clock, it'll be 3rd and 10. Olivet with the ball just shy of midfield there on the 48-yard line. Just enough time for a couple more plays here. And we will see what the Comets come up with. Imagine they're going to go take a shot downfield once again. 2 wide receivers either way. Black Scott, tailback to his left is Lilly. Drop back. He's hit as he throws, and it's picked off. A chance here for the Dutchman. At a return. Slipping tackles, going up down the sideline. Now tiptoeing, spinning, and brought down. And the clock stopped with 1.8 seconds left. And a huge play on the interception there made by Kirk Gibson, the senior. And now we're going to see a flag coming very late here, right by the sideline, and wouldn't be surprised to see this go against the Dutchman, after the play. Bailey was over there, the lone player for Olivet, amongst a huge huddle of Hope players, and Hope might be wanting to take a shot, one last shot downfield here. Oh, this is going against Olivet, so this could be huge. Hope could have one more chance to take a shot in the end zone here, and they could even be leading heading into halftime. See the call. Unsportsmanlike conduct is going to go against Olivet, and it looked like that's against Braden Black, the quarterback. And huge there. This will move the ball all the way up to the 36-yard line, and Hope's going to have one chance to lob this one in the end zone with 1.8 seconds left before halftime. 9-3, the Dutchman trail. And we will see what the Dutchmen go with. They've got 3 receivers out to the right. Kamani Dooley actually lined up at wide receiver in that trips formation. And they're going to send the men deep downfield. Schrader going to drop, lob it up into the end zone. Dooley's there. He had it, but he dropped it, and that ball falls incomplete. A great chance there for the Dutchman as Kamani Dooley was sent into the field with his height. They thought they'd like him on the Hail Mary, and really that ball got right to Dooley, hit him in the chest, and he couldn't come down with it. But nonetheless, a big stop for the Hope defense, and they'll head to the half, trailing just 9-3. First half stats, Braden Black, 10 of 15, and with the 1 interception. His long pass for 43 yards to start off the game. Tyler Moget leading the rushing attack for the Comets. He's got 15 yards on 6 carries. And Bailey with that 43-yard reception leads the Comets in receiving, 75 total yards in the first half for the Dutchman. Bruce Schrader, 8 of 12, 58 yards on the day. Very efficient so far. Brandon Campbell leading the rushing attack. He's got 41 yards on just 3 carries. Hoopa Caccini, 44 yards on 4 receptions, along of 25 for the Dutchman, who trailed to the Olivet Comets 9-3 at halftime. And I'm being told now that we're going to have just a 10-minute halftime here, as you can see up on the clock here on the scoreboard. As with the delay, they're going to shorten halftime. So just 10 minutes, so make sure you stick around when you go to grab a drink here at halftime at your back. 9 minutes, 10 seconds away from getting started here for half number 2. And I'll take a quick break. Be back for second half action right after this.
that too. He's calling it through his cell phone because he's having radio problems. Crazy.
All right, we're back here and ready for action. Start up the second half here after the short 10-minute halftime. Of course, the delays causing the halftime to be shortened by 10 minutes to just 10 minutes long. And we've got 15 minutes up on the clock, which means we're just about ready to get rolling here. 9-3 is the score as we head to the second half. It feels like we were just here. And Oak College trailing by 6. They picked up a 35-yard field goal from Darren Ford, the kicker, the only points for the Dutchman. And the Comets were held short on the goal line a couple times. Once stopped on downs, and another time held short to just a field goal. And, of course, after the missed extra point to start the game with the touchdown, it's just a 9-3 lead, so an interesting start to this game. The Dutchman will receive the football to start the half as the Olivet kicking team is out and ready to boot things away. Douglas Pollard over the football. He's got it set up and ready to kick off. We've been trying to avoid lightning all night long. We were told there might be another swell coming in, so we're trying to get in as much football as possible. So Pollard ready to boot it deep. And the boot is away. This one's going to be returned at the 10-yard line. Van Vliet off the left side. He's got a spring there, and one block left to go. He slowed up, couldn't get through. And that's where the Dutchman will start off this drive, the 28-yard line. So first and 10 here for the Dutchman. 7 seconds into this second half. The Olivet defense back out onto the field here, trying to get something going as they held the Dutchman offense in check the first half. See if they can do the same here. In the pistol here, Schrader got the defense to jump, but back again. So you've seen that happen 3-4 times, but haven't been able to draw that 5-yard penalty yet. Schrader looks over with the rest of his team to pick up the play. 2 receivers right and 1 left. Hand it off up the middle. Campbell, tight hole, following his lead blocker. He's able to surge forward and pick up about 4 yards. So not much room to run, but made something happen. So second down and 6. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 lone receiver down to the left. Campbell in behind Schrader in the pistol. Got a man to jump again. And Robert Cuba's jumped over that line of scrimmage about 3 times today before the Dutchmen have gone to check that play. And Schrader getting his team lined up. Shift over, they're going to run right side. Campbell's got a big hole and a big collision coming right through as that play's stuffed. And Walter Love III came through and met Campbell. Campbell's a guy who can certainly run with power. He runs a lot of defenders over. So you know that's a big play from Walter Love III to come in and make that kind of collision. Third down and 2. And 2 receivers to either side for the Dutchman. And we'll see if they try and pick it up on the ground here. They need just 2 yards. Only 6 players in the box here for the Comets as the Dutchmen try to spread the field out. They're going to roll out to the left, and it's going to be open. Enough for the first down, and that's a catch right there. Christian Bose coming up with the catch, and you could see Olivet trying to rack up a little pressure there. Hope spread it out enough. They were able to find the short receiver, pick up a first down. Dutchman looking for the play once again, and it's Campbell in behind Schrader. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Fullback shifts over. Campbell's going to run in behind. He's going to fight forward, and wow, all the way up to the 46-yard line. He extended the ball, and he gets a nice pickup, about 5 yards. Setting up second down and 5 here for the Dutchman. Campbell doing his best to try and eke out as many yards each play. Stacked look again in the backfield with the fullback. Schrader, Campbell in behind. It's actually McCluzak who breaks through. He's got a big hole. Now he's going out to the left side. He'll stiff arm the defender and end up out of bounds. And a huge play there for the Dutchman. And the Dutchmen have got a first down as they approach the red zone. They're down to the 23-yard line. Huge run right there for Mike McCluzak. Schrader going to hand it off. McCluzak trying to go up the middle. He's stuffed this time. Looks like maybe picked up a yard or two. Douglas on the tackle there for the Comets. And down to the 22-yard line, a pickup of 1. We'll call it 2nd and 9. Here comes Schrader back in the gun. Got that Comet defensive line moving a little bit again. And now, Dutchman looking over, trying to figure out the play. This is the chess match. That is football right here. Offenses and defenses trying to make their adjustments. Schrader drops back, looks right. Long pass here, and it's high. Slink could not come down with it. That's a long throw for just about a 6 or 7 yard gain from the left hash all the way over to the right side. Just didn't quite get there. So that's going to set up a 3rd and long. The Dutchmen need 9 yards. And it would be about a 39-yard field goal attempt from right here if the Dutchman can't pick it up. We already saw a 35-yarder knocked through by Ford. 9-3, the Dutchman trail. 11:32 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Check back to the sideline. Once again, they've got 2 wide receivers to either side. And the Dutchmen are going to have to take a timeout right here as the play clock winds down to 1 second. And they're going to have to take some extra time to figure out what they want to run. From 3rd down and 9, down 9-3. Dutchman trying to punch one in here, continue this drive that could put the Dutchman on top. So a quick halftime, and we're right back out here on the field. And the Dutchman looked ready to go on the offensive end, getting some chunks of yardage. And they've driven all the way down to the 22-yard line. 3rd and 9 upcoming. And during the timeout, we'll see what the Dutchmen come up with. Plenty of time left here in the second half. A lower scoring game than I would bet most people would have anticipated. 9-3. Comets up on the Dutchman. Trips bunch to the right side. Lone receiver to the left. They're going to try a screen. That ball was low. It's a double pass, and it's well short, and that ball hit the ground. It was almost intercepted, but you could see it hit the turf. I thought maybe the screen pass even might have hit the turf. And so the double pass try fails as it was covered well, and it was well underthrown. And it looks like they're going to bring out the field goal unit here. Let Ford try that 39-yard field goal attempt. Going to back it up here. And this will be a 39-yard try. Ford good from 35 in the first half. Had enough distance. We'll see if he can get it to go as well from 39. Snap and hold are good. Ford boots it through. This one's got the distance, but it looks like it's wide left. And indeed that is, it's through. It looked like it was wide left from here. Referees looking at each other, and indeed it goes through. So Darren Ford hits the field goal. Had me tricked here. He had plenty enough distance on it. And the score is Hope College 6, Olivet College 9. I'm looking at the delay of the broadcast here once again. And right here, this kick looked like it had gone wide to the left, but must have snuck it inside the upright. Had plenty of distance on it. It was right up over that top of the upright, so pretty tough to see. But Darren Ford, all the offense so far for Hope, all the points at least, and it's 6-9. 11 minutes and 21 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. And the Dutchmen trail by just 3.
Send it back in your 3-2-1 thing. Tell me when.
So Darren Ford and the Dutchman back out onto the field. Going to kick it off after he made a 39-yard field goal around the 35-yard line. Kicking from the right hash. So a close ball game. We'll see if the Hope defense can keep it up. They've held the Comets in check. Comets back deep to return. Standing on the 5-yard line. Ford's kick. Lobs this one up high and short again. Fielded at the 9-yard line. Taken out. And stuffed shy of the 30. Looks like the Comets will start around the 28-yard line or so. And that looked like Mojani on the return there. Bringing it forward to the 29-yard line. And that's where the Comets will start this drive from the offensive end. Tyler Moget getting things started. He leads the team in rushing. Screen set up to start here. Passes low, but it's caught. And that one's good. Well, for Cornelius Saxton to pick up about 4 yards here. It'll be 2nd down and 6. 10:55 to go here in the third. Black in the gun, Lilly to his left. He's got trips left as well. The lone receiver to the right is Bailey. And off up the middle looking for Lilly. Hasn't had a lot of carries today, and he's stuffed right around the original line of scrimmage. And Demoria Lilly just 7 yards rushing so far today. They've kept it in the air for the most part. Braden Black 11 of 16 for 156 yards on the day. 1 interception. Really not a lot of yardage overall for both teams. And that shows with the score, just 6-9. Black in the gun, trips right again. Lilly to the left. Throw, and he's got a man in the slot. And Saxton makes the catch. Rosado undercuts for the tackle. But a big play as Saxton was open in the seam.
Limping on his left leg, and he goes down to the floor. He is in pain, and this is not good for the Comets.
And right now, being stopped momentarily because Saxton is down on the field.
Down at the Comet 47-yard line, injured currently, and getting tended to.
And he's going to be looked at by the trainer. Back up off the field, and he's running off on his own power, so that's good to see for the Comet faithful. So now Olivet going to keep it rolling here on the offensive end.
25 years old. Now Black will work from the gun. Once again with a
Black in the gun, halfback to his left. Trips over to the left side. Going to send the screen out that way. Bailey gets around one tackler, brought down now by a host of Dutchmen. It'll be a pickup of around 2 yards on the play. That'll set up 2nd down and 8. Down to the 41-yard line of the Dutchman. 9 minutes, 15 seconds remain in the third quarter. Olivet up 9-6. Looking to add to that total. Haven't scored in a while. Black gets a snap. Play action to Lilly. Nice block in the backfield. The Dutchmen eventually are going to wrap up and take down Black, and that's going to be a sack as he's brought down 2-yard loss. It'll be 3rd and 10. We got to calm it down here for just a moment. As Zach Telfor, the linebacker, had gotten in and looked like he might be able to make a sack, but a huge block from the offensive lineman, Jacob Stuller, was down on the field, and he made a great block to prevent the sack there. It looked like he got hurt doing so. He was in a pretty awkward position trying to get over, and really did make a great block to prevent the sack initially as Telfer was coming in. But in the end, the Dutchman bring him down anyways. But now, Jacob Stuller down on the ground. Olivet trainer Dan Peterson attending to Jacob Stuller. And looks like he's back up, and he'll be walking off on his own power as well. We'll see if he's going to come back into this game. Olivet's going to need a sub for now. 8:51 left in the third. 6-9 the score. The Comets of Olivet lead the Hope College Flying Dutchman here from Ray and Sue Smith Stadium on the campus of Hope College. A win here for the Dutchmen would even up both teams' records to 2-2 overall. Of course, the Dutchmen 1-2, cutting off their only win. The Comets lost in week 1, but then won 2 in a row. So both teams trying to continue a winning streak. 8:40 now on the clock as it starts to tick down. Black is alone in the backfield. Trips right, 2 receivers to the left. Dutchman just 3 down on the line. They've got the field spread. Black drops back. He feels pressure. He's going to step up, try and rush for it. We're going to see a flag coming down. He dumps it off, and plenty of room, enough for the receiver to pick it up. And we're going to see another flag come into the backfield now. They did not come in at the same time, and the reception there, plenty enough for the first down. And this one's probably going to send Olivet back. And number 9, Aubrey Parrish, came up with the reception. You saw a flag come in a situation where you would normally expect it to be holding, and then another one came in later. And the only player I saw in the area of the flag was an Olivet player, so you almost wonder if it's 2 different flags against Olivet. And they seem to have that expectation as they're backing up. And we will see. The one came right in the middle of the field, right around where a hold could have been made. Here comes the call. 3 fouls. So 3 fouls on the play, you hear, and the personal foul was on the defense, and the holding and an eligible receiver downfield for Olivet. So if you're Olivet, you got to be happy with the outcome. With 2 penalties going against Olivet, just 1 against Hope, but nonetheless, we're going to replay the down. So 3rd and 10 again, Olivet is going to get a chance. And they would have picked up the first down, but after having 2 penalties, not a bad look here to have just 3rd and 10. Helped out by the late personal foul from the Dutchman. 3 up on the line again. They're going to bring the linebacker backside. Lilly picks up the blitz initially, but Black's going to be wrapped up and brought down for a sack. Ian Gorgensen was in the backfield for the Dutchman. He was the first one there. And that's going to make it 4th down and long. The Comets are going to have to punt this football away. Punt return unit coming on out for the Dutchman. As Ryan Anderson out on the field here to punt for the Comets, listed as a wide receiver. Also a transfer from Saginaw Valley State University. High snap, brings it down. Dooley was in there, had a decent chance. High booming punt, fake fair catch called. And this one's going to find its way into the end zone. Van Vliet stepped up and let it go. Landed right near the goal line, but it's going to come out to the 20 for the Dutchman. That punt of right around 30 yards or so for the punter, Ryan Anderson. .7:16 remaining in the third quarter here. The Dutchman down 6-9. Going to get a chance right here. They'll get the football back. And the Dutchman offense back on the field. Schrader in the gun. Halfback to the left. Looks to his left side right away. Pass was tipped away. That could have been a very good chance for a pick 6 there. As Thomas White was right there on defense. And I tell you what, if he had made a better jump on that, he could have been off to the races for 6 points for the Comets. Still able to get a hand in on it, though. 7-12. Left here in the third. Second down coming up. Schrader in the gun. Gonna hand off for Campbell. Campbell running over White, showing some of that power running ability, and picks up a nice gain. Looked like he got around 6 or so. That'll set up third down, and 4 yards. White felt the wrath of the power running we've seen from Campbell all year. And the Dutchman will have to get 4 yards here on third down. We'll see if they just go right back to Campbell. Instead, it's Schrader, and they're going to lob it downfield. And this one's tipped in the air, and that one's caught from the looks of things, and the reception is made off the tip. I don't know how that one was dragged down. Christian Bose gets it to go, and a huge, huge gain for the Dutchman. Oh, my goodness. This one was tipped around, and I don't know how that one ended up in Bose's hands. Even he tipped it up in the air and somehow able to pull it down. Olivet defense jumping over the line of scrimmage again here. As I'm looking at my own replay here, the delay of the stream, and I'm calling it live, delayed about 15 seconds or so, so I'm getting to watch it again here, what you guys are seeing, and seeing how incredible that catch was. Schrader takes off to run, and he gets smacked. A pretty good hit right there from Thomas Gary Holmes. And to pick up about 3 yards, will set up second down and 7 for the Dutchman. So, Dutchman back out, 2nd and 7. Schrader in the gun. Fullback shifts to left. They'll likely go to Campbell in behind that fullback. He's got a hole. He gets tripped up, but he is going to pick up enough for perhaps a Dutchman first down, and the referees are going to say move those chains up. Another first down for the Dutchman. Now they're starting to move the football. 5:40 left. And the Dutchman trail by just 3. Campbell coming off the sideline. He is jacked up, trying to get his team fired up as well. Kluziak out into the tailback position for the Dutchman. Schrader trying to get this offense moving quickly again. Kluziak got a nice hole, finds a lead blocker, cuts back across up the middle, and a nice gain. Looks like he's going to pick up right around 6 yards on this first play. It'll be second down and 4. 5:19 left here, and we got a player down for the Dutchman. With 5:14 left in the third, 9-6 Olivet leads Hope College. And it looks like Jacob Vanderveen, the offensive lineman, down for the Dutchman on a knee. Actually tied his shoe while he was down there. Looks like he's going to get up on his own feet here too. He'll have to come off for at least a play. And for now, Stephen Glover going to come out onto the field. And he'll take over that guard spot. So the Dutchman now all the way down to the 29-yard line. Clock now ticking down to 5:15. Snap in. Kluziak tries to cut back, makes a man miss. Some nice moves and falls all the way forward. And boy, he's close to first down yards again. Looked like nothing there, but he picked up a few yards. That's going to set up a third and about a yard here. Very manageable for the Dutchman to keep this drive moving. Clock ticking under 5 minutes now in the third quarter. So Schrader back here in the pistol. Kluziak up the middle. He's got a hole. He's got plenty enough for the first down. And the Dutchmen are going to keep this drive alive down to about the 22-yard line here. And they're getting things rolling quickly here. You can keep that tempo moving, feeling good when you're moving the football. Plays are coming in pretty quick. So from the 22, a 1st and 10 for the Dutchman, 4:35 left in the third quarter. The Dutchmen trail by 3. The score is 9-6. Olivet on top. Schrader in the pistol again here. Fullback in motion, going to give it to Kluziak. Kluziak now busting through a hole, breaking tackles left and right. And he's got another big run on first down for the Dutchman. Looks like he picked up around 8 or so up to the 14-yard line. Dutchmen need to get to the 12 for a first down. Clock approaching the 4-minute mark here. And the Dutchman lining back up here. Schrader in the gun. Kluziak to his right. Fakes it. He's going to keep it himself. Finds a hole up the middle. Knocked around a bit. Falls forward up inside the 10. And he'll have enough for a first down. So Bruce Schrader, the freshman quarterback, trying to lead his team down into the end zone, which would give the Dutchmen their first lead of the game. They've trailed for almost the entire game, as Olivet scored right away to begin the game to make it 6-0. 9-6 now. The Dutchmen trail the Comets. Quiets down momentarily as the Dutchmen look to the sideline to get the next play in. Schrader from the pistol set. Kluziak in behind. Give it up to Kluziak. He's going to bounce outside to the left. He breaks a tackle. He's going to be in the end zone for a touchdown. Mike Kluziak and the Dutchmen have the lead. They're up 12-9 over the Comets of Olivet College with 3:12 left in the third quarter. And just like that, 12 unanswered. The Dutchmen lead 12-9 after trailing 9-0. Darren Ford lined up for the extra point. And as I sit here before the extra point, watching it once again on my screen at the same time as you guys see it, snap high, great hold on the extra point, and that's up and through. Darren Ford makes it 13-9, and boy, I tell you what, you got to give a lot of credit to the holder there for the Dutchman, as that snap was high, bobbled, but eventually put down. And the Dutchmen have a 13-9 lead with 3 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 80-yard drive on 11 plays for the Dutchmen. Really getting the ball moving there, established a nice drive. So now just waiting for both teams to take the field, as Hope's kickoff team ready to send it deep and give it back to the Comets. Will have a chance to take the lead back themselves. Can't credit that Hope defense enough tonight, as they've been in a bad spot. A lot of times, Olivet starting drives off in Hope territory. They've held the Comets to just 9 points. Comets team that scored 27 and 30 in the last 2 weeks. Just 9 here with only 3:12 left in the third quarter. Ford back to the huddle to try and set his team up. So the Dutchmen playing with a little bit more energy now after the lightning delay. Coming out and ready to go. A little different feel here at Hope College under the lights for the 6 p.m. game. Maybe these Dutchmen feeling the energy of the night. And they've got the lead here. Ford with a kick spinning sideways. And that's off the hands of Mitchell Bailey. That'll roll back out for a touchback. Bailey got hands on it outside the end zone but couldn't field it cleanly. So that's going to roll all the way back out. And it's going to be a touchback. So still 3:12, no time off the clock on the touchback there. And a 13-9 lead for the Dutchmen. That's a big lead, the 4-point lead, as a field goal for Olivet would only get them within 1, could not tie the game. So the Comets are going to have to score a touchdown if they want to take the lead. But still a lot of football left to be played. It's the Dutchmen 13, the Olivet Comets 9, 3:12 left in the third. Comet offense back on the field. Black under center, going to turn, hand it off to the right side. And a nice play. The Dutchmen are right there in the backfield. Tyler Moget couldn't get anything going. And they stop him short of the line of scrimmage. Lost about a yard there. And it'll be 2nd and 11 here for the Comets. Under 3 minutes left to play in the third quarter. So the Dutchmen here looking to start off MIAA play with a win. They've got to stop the Comets offense as their team's got a lead. Black, play action, looks to the left side. That one's batted at the line of scrimmage, and it was almost picked off. That would have been an incredibly acrobatic play would that have been picked off, but a great effort nonetheless by Ian Gorgensen, who's played a great game for that defensive line so far. That was covered well anyways outside. Might have had a chance to jump it there. Kimani Dooley in the coverage. And the curl route, really Black kind of telegraphed that pass. You could see it coming a mile away. The Dutchmen brought the pressure, and they set up a 3rd and 11, and they're trying to get the crowd pumped up here from Ray and Sue Smith Stadium. What's left of the crowd, it filled in nicely after lightning delay. And judging by the 200 viewers we've got right now, many of you ended up back home, but we're glad you're here with us. 3rd and 11. Black takes the snap from the gun. Dutchman bringing pressure. Black's going to escape. He's going to try and pick it up with his legs. And oh my goodness, he slides all the way forward for a first down, and that will infuriate the defensive coaches for the Dutchman, who looked to bring pressure but couldn't keep Black contained. And then a few missed tackles. Black just ran right around and worked his way up for a first down. Huge play there for the Comets to keep this drive moving. Seemed like all the momentum had swayed in the direction of the Dutchman. 2:15 left here in the third quarter. Trips to the right. Black going to look. Design QB run. He's going to head forward and slide. And pretty good call there. You see the kid scramble for the big third down pickup. Why not have a go here on first down? And he picks up about 6 yards. It'll set up 2nd and 4 for the Comets. So Black showing that he definitely is a dual threat quarterback, has the ability to pick up some yardage with his legs as well. So Braden Black back at it. In the gun. Lilly is in the game to his left, trips out to the right, lone receiver to the left side. 2nd down and a long 4 yards to go. Black goes underneath, broken tackle. Saxton slipped a tackle, and then another. Looked like he was able to keep his knee from hitting the ground. He's got enough for first down yardage. That Dutchman defense looked to be in position to make plays. They're just missing tackles and taking some poor pursuit angles. And now Olivet's got a drive going with another first down. 1 minute and 12 seconds left here. Clock ticking down in the third quarter. Black going to go that under center here. And they're in the wing T look here, basically, with the receiver down close on the right side. 2 running backs in the backfield, 1 receiver wide. The Delaware wing T look that we used to run in Byron Center High School. Pitch out wide to the left side. And Tyler Moget going to pick up some yardage on the first down pitch. And that'll start the clock getting out of bounds at 50 seconds. And now it's rolling that they spot the football. And 40 seconds, they have to wait for the substitution. Now the Comets giving the okay. Under center, Black, 2 halfbacks in the formation. Houston comes across. They're going to hand it off to Washington. The big fella is going to stumble his way forward for a first down. And he's going to get to about the 40-yard line. That's enough to move the chains. Olivet getting it going here. They can't be stopped suddenly by the Dutchman. And down to 20 seconds. We'll see if the Comets decide to snap the football one more time. Black looking to the sideline. And judging by their body language, now it seems like they're just going to let it roll down. 10 seconds. Still haven't had the play call come in. And Black pointing to his coaching staff, mentioning where they're at. And I don't think the coaching staff noticed it. Now they know. So that'll do it here. That means the Dutchmen are going to have a lead heading to the fourth quarter here at Ray and Sue Smith Stadium. 13-9, the Dutchmen on top. And the last quarter of play coming up here. Just 15 more minutes to play. The Dutchmen lead 13-9. And we will see how things finish up here headed to the fourth quarter. All right, back here, ready to go. 15 minutes up on the clock as we are just about to begin the fourth quarter here from Ray and Sue Smith Stadium. Hopes pumped up with some momentum. That quarter break maybe going to help the defense out a little bit as Olivet was rolling on offense. See if they can continue from the 40-yard line. Black under center. Houston comes across the formation in motion. We'll see if Olivet goes that way. They go the other way instead. Handoff. Moget up the middle, cuts back. He's got a pretty decent gain. He's going to pick up around 5 yards or so, get to the 35-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down and 5. As we've got plenty of time left in this final quarter.
Time ticking down, 14 and a half.
14 minutes, 35 seconds left in this ball game.
Pretty evenly matched game thus far between the two opponents we see on the field. Black works under center.
Braden Black, back under center, leading his offense. Houston once again goes in motion. They're going to hand off. Washington, the big fella, up the middle. He's going to be tackled by a host of Dutchmen. 7 blue jerseys and orange pants on the tackle there. And he won't have quite enough for the first down, so it'll be third down and around 2. 1 minute into this fourth quarter. Big play here. Imagine that the Comets would go for it twice here, even if they don't get it. Definitely 4-down territory, unless they think they can come out and boot a near 50-yard field goal. Under center, Black. 2 running backs. Washington straight behind the fullback. Mosier to the left. Here comes Houston in motion. Black now turns. They're going to toss to Mosier. Defense is there, but the tackle broken and falling forward for first down yardage. Kirk Gibson was in the backfield, lowered the shoulder on the running back Mosier, but he didn't wrap him up. So that's going to be enough for a first down. The initial contact was there a few yards behind the line of scrimmage. Gibson just couldn't quite make the play. Came over top nicely, great pursuit, but the Comets able to pick up the first down. So now the Comets from the 29. Houston in motion, play action. He's rolling to the right, looking for a man. He's going to try and run himself. He breaks a tackle, ends up falling forward. He gets a nice gain. That'll set up about a 2nd and 4 here. Black doing a lot of good things on the ground for his team in this second half. Coverage has been there. Credit to the Hope secondary and the defense overall. But always tough to account for that 11th player out there, the quarterback, that you forget about sometimes when he can become a back running the football. Getting the play in here are the Comets. Braden Black. Houston in motion. Across the line. Now they're going right side. Mosier cuts back. He's got a lane. He's tripped up from underneath. Taken out by the legs, and he front flips. My goodness. That was a scary looking play there. Just glad Mosier didn't land on his head. And the man making the tackle, Mason Rosado, down on the turf right now. Tried to get up momentarily. Now the training staff back out. And he looked like he got his cage rattled here. And they're going to set him down here as Rosado didn't quite look in his right mind. He went low to make the tackle. Wouldn't be surprised if he took a knee to the head here. And you just hope the best for Mason Rosado. Tried getting right back to his feet, but then fell back down, and they had to help him down to the turf. And the junior Mason Rosado now back down on the turf, and you have to wonder about concussion when you see this type of injury. Looked a little shaken up, no doubt about that. Both teams down on their knees on the sidelines in silence quickly across the crowd in the excitement of this fourth quarter. But you could hear a pin drop out there on the turf right now. And always tough to see a player like this down on the turf, but it looks like Rosado now being sat up at least. And as I mentioned, from what I saw, it appeared as though, probably took a leg to the head here. Tried getting up and was a little wobbly. And moving arms and legs seems to be fine as far as the body goes, but just imagine this might be something like with a concussion. So Rosado was just shaken up a bit on the play. And walking off the field now on his own power. And he'll probably get a seat to the cart, and they'll take him off, roll through the concussion protocol here, and we'll see if we can get any updates for you on Mason Rosado. Always tough to see something like that, but just happy that you see him walking off on his own power. Mason Rosado, the junior defensive back, a local product. And for those of you concerned at home, he is on the sideline here. I can see him standing on his own, sitting down with the trainers. He looks like he's interactive, and we'll try to keep you updated. So now we've got to go back to football here. Braden Black under center. They're going to toss out Wide to the right, Moget. A lot of Hope defenders there. He's going to be brought down for a huge loss. So that's going to set up a second down and long here. And Hope defense has been in that bend but don't break mode so far. Olivet's been here in the red zone many times. Only been able to put up 9 points. So second down, about 14 or so here. Braden Black lines up his offense right around the 20-yard line. Houston going in motion. Play action. He's going to look to throw. Double move here. He's going to escape. Looks like he'll try and get it with his legs again. He's shifty. Makes a mad miss. Gets close to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe a half yard shy of that. It's still going to set up a third down and long here for the Comets. Third down. 11 yards or so to go here. And some personnel change coming in here for the Comets. White in at receiver. Demoria Lilly is going to be in at halfback. And it looks like Travis Lankard, Cornelius Saxon back in as well. And up top to the right side, Mitchell Bailey is a lone receiver on the right side. Black in the gun. Lilly to his left. Drop to pass. Looking over the middle. He's got a receiver. That's caught, and it's going to be a first down and goal for the Olivet Comets. Big-time play there for the senior quarterback, Braden Black, who had plenty of time to throw, sat in the pocket, found his man over the middle, and a big-time play all the way to the 1-yard line. And that was Cordelia Saxon that came up with the reception. He leads the Comets now. He's got 86 yards on the air today. Black under center here. Two backs in the backfield. Washington behind. Moget to the left. Here comes Houston in motion. Hand it off. The big man Washington up the middle. He's going to bounce off a tackle into the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown for Olivet. Comets punch it in. 6 points, and they take a 15-13 lead over the Dutchmen. 10 minutes and 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. PAT pending right here. So the Comets with a 2-point lead. If they make this extra point, could make it a field goal lead, which would be a big lead going in to the end of this fourth quarter with just 10:07 left. Pollard out on to take the extra point. One was blocked to start the game, and a block or a miss here would be big. Could leave a field goal open for a win. Darren Ford's already knocked 2 through today. Snap is good. Hold is down. He chipped it. And this one's going to go wide to the right, and he missed it. I don't know if someone got a piece of this one at the line. It looked like he just chipped underneath this one and didn't get it. And 15-13, the lead for the Comets, but only a 2-point lead. And Hope College, the door open here, getting the ball back on the offensive end. And a field goal could win it for the Dutchmen, but we still got a lot of football left to play, as you can see there. 10:07, excuse me, left to play in this game. So the Comets here going to rely on their defense to try and hang on here. Kicking off from the 35, Pollard out. And Van Vliet and the Dutchman deep to return. Pollard kicks this one. This one's going left. It might end up out of bounds. Van Vliet tosses the football to Klusiak, and he's going to be stuck down. He breaks some tackles. He gets through. There is a flag in the backfield, but he's going to work all the way forward to the 40, cutting back now. It's somehow up to the 49-yard line, but a flag was there. And got to imagine this is going to pin the Dutchmen pretty much on their own goal line. But wow, a lot of excitement there, as that one was caught by Van Vliet, and he pitched it to try and keep his feet in bounds. And somehow the Dutchman able to return it all the way to midfield. Really fairly miraculous there. But we will see what the penalty is going to be here. Referee's taking a lot of time to talk about this here. When you got a flag back there on the 5 by the returning team, you really need to imagine this is going against the Dutchman. Still haven't heard anything. The officials talking about it for a while. You never know, they might wave something off here. And not sure if it was for perhaps a forward lateral, something there. Really no idea. That deep. The flag came in after the pitch was made. And still waiting here on the discussion from the officials. 9:55 left in the fourth. Here comes the call. No foul on the play. And Hope College is going to have the ball on the 50-yard line. So 1st and 10 at the 50 for the Dutchman. So now the Dutchman starting at midfield.
Schrader will work from the gun for the Flying Dutchman. Referee's about to get set into position. 9:55 to go in regulation.
9:55 remaining.
In Holland, Michigan. Rain seems to have stopped, and it's a cold night here.
So now at midfield, the Dutchman getting things going. Hand off to McClusiak right away. And he might pick up about a yard here, just past midfield of the 49.
So gain of 1 into common territory, 49 yards out from the end zone. 2nd and 9 coming up now. 15.
Second down and 9 here with 9:35 left on the clock, and it's ticking. The Dutchmen somehow finding their way up to midfield to start this drive after it looked like it was going to be a disastrous start on special teams. Schrader in the gun. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to be wrapped up in the backfield. And that's a big play made right there by Justin Madar, the defensive end, who slides into the backfield. And that's going to set up a 3rd down and 10 here.
Known for his menacing hits along with the others. As Tyler Douglas having a 6'3", 360 lineman in Tyler Douglas. And Robert Cube as well.
So we'll see what the Dutchmen draw up here. 3rd and 10, 2 wide receivers either side. Schrader's in the gun. He's going to drop back to pass. Cuba getting pressure on Schrader. He's able to step off the pressure. Now he's going to throw deep and almost intercepted. It was right there in the hands of the defender, Jaquan Short, but he couldn't quite come down with it. And it's going to be 4th down and 10. Dutchman will punt this one away. Huge defensive stop there. So the Dutchmen right back at midfield where they started this drive. A huge return, but could not gain a single yard.
But Ford is back to punt. It'll be Mitchell Bailey, the senior from Harper Creek High School out of Battle Creek, Michigan, back to receive on his own 15.
So Mitchell Bailey back. He's standing on the 15. We got a penalty flag coming in here first, though. This will back the Dutchman up a bit here, got to imagine.
In the backfield, we'll see what the altercation is.
Was an illegal substitution.
Legal substitution.
And with 8:37 left, Dutchmen trail 15-13, and they got to punt it away now. And from the 45 instead of the 50. Mitchell going to move up just a couple yards, not too far. And a little more room here for Ford, who's back on his own 30 now. He can really put his leg into this one, give it a good boot. Ford, a nice high kick. Bailey going to call for the fair catch. And a great job by Ford. Going to get it back to around the 18-yard line. Start from the 19, in fact, with 8:30 left to go. The Comets have a 15-13 lead. 8.5 minutes to play. We'll see if the Dutchman defense can get one more big stop and get the ball back to the Hope offense. So Braden Black and the Comet offense back onto the field. Black is 15 for 21 today. He had the 1 interception to finish off the first half. 204 yards for the senior quarterback. And he'll lead his offense back on the field start things off under center. The two running back look we've seen a lot with Houston. He's come in motion most plays. Sure enough, here he comes. Off to that side. They're going to give it to the big fella. Washington churning forward, and looks like he'll get about 4 yards or so. Make it 2nd down and 6. And the clock now down to 8:15. Olivet certainly going to be okay keeping the ball on the ground here and run some clock off. Hope has 2 timeouts left. Plenty of time as it is, but a long sustained drive could really hinder Hope's chances to come back. 2nd and 6. They're going to hand it off outside. Moget this time. He's going to bounce outside. He's being chased by O'Mara, but he's going to be able to get the first down. And it looked as though he got past first down marker, but in fact it looks like the spot is going to have him just shy. So that'll be 3rd and 1. Moget went out of bounds. So we will see if the Dutchmen can come up with a huge stop. If they stop the Comets this deep in their own territory, they'd have to punt it away. Black under center. Here comes Houston across from the right side to the left in motion. Black's going to keep it himself. He's going to be sacked in the backfield by Aaron O'Mara. That looked like there might have been some miscommunication as the handoff wasn't there, and Black was standing there alone in the backfield. And that's a huge play from the senior, Aaron O'Mara, and that'll make it 4th down and 5 yards. And so now Ryan Anderson, the punter for the Comets, is going to have to come back out onto the field. 7 minutes left on the clock, and it's ticking down. What a huge play. So, standing on his own 5. Snap out to the left, but he's able to handle it. Anderson sends a beautiful spiral deep downfield. Returned, making one man miss. Van Vliet able to bring it forward. He'll get up to about the 35-yard line. And the rain starting to come down heavy here. The Dutchmen have 6 minutes and 32 seconds left, trailing by a score of 15-13. A chance to drive down and pick up some points. And the missed extra point could prove fatal for the Comets. The Dutchmen can drive down into field goal territory. Darren Ford is 2 for 2 on the day. From the 35, the Dutchmen trying to get their offense out of the field and ready to play. Huge stop there from the Hope defense. They've been so huge throughout this game, holding a team like Olivet to only 15 points. Schrader rolls to the right. He's got a receiver. Slank makes the catch. He goes out of bounds, and he's up to the 41-yard line. Pickup of 6, we'll call it. 2nd down and 4. 6:27 left. And the rain really starting to pour here. You could see it in the lights. Heavy, thick drops coming down on the field. Really got to see if these guys can hang on to the football. Down marker marked to 3rd there, but it is only 2nd, so they stop the clock momentarily. And now they'll run it back. And referee saying that they are going to reset the play clock up to 25, and now they get the clock going again. Approaching the 6-minute mark. Now Schrader in the offense looking to their right to pick up the play. Schrader in the backfield. Trips to the left. He's going to run behind his fullback. Cuba's in there in the backfield, and he takes him down for a loss of 1. And Cuba has been a huge factor in this game. The big defensive tackle has been wreaking havoc in the backfield all day long. Robert Cuba, the 275-pound defensive tackle right from Grand Rapids. He's been making plays all day. So now with 5:28 left, clock still rolling, the Dutchmen have got a 3rd down and a long 5 here to try and pick up a first down. 2 receivers either side, running back to the left. Schrader rolls out. It's an out pass, and he could not deliver the pass. It was just off the mark, and the receiver could not come up with the play. Looked like Bose over on the left side, and Schrader had him open, but he just couldn't quite get his hands on the football. Got one hand out there. They had the right play drawn. Schrader just off the mark on the pass, and Looks like the Dutchmen are going to have to punt this one right away to the Comets. If you're the Comets, definitely need to be looking out for a fake possibility here. As on 4th and 5, the Dutchmen are going to kick it away with just 5:11 to go. Snaps back, Ford gets off a pretty good boot. This one high again, another fair catch being called for. And Mitchell Bailey taking care of things. And a good boot once again down to the 17-yard line, and that's where the Comets will start here with 5 minutes and 4 seconds remaining. And that Dutchman defense needs to come up with another big stop. Imagine the Comets will keep it on the ground here. So the Dutchmen were gifted a pretty good chance here. The offense could not capitalize on what the defense gave them. That's been the case a lot of times tonight. We'll see if the Hope defense can just keep working and give their offense one last shot as they trail by 2, 15-13. Olivet Comets over the Hope College Flying Dutchmen. 5:04 left in this game. Braden Black out on the field to lead his offense. He's under center. Handed off. Moget out wide to the right. Defense is there to stuff the play. Pickup of about a yard. Clock under 5 minutes and ticking now. I'm sure the Dutchmen on the sideline keeping an eye on it. 4:50 to go. The rain still coming down here. Not quite as heavily as we had seen it, but still coming down steadily. 4:40 left. Clock ticking down. Black and the Dutchmen going to take, Black and the Comets rather, going to take their time against the Dutchmen here. And they're going to snap it with 10 seconds left on play clock. Black tries to keep it himself. Gets by one defender. He's going to have some room to run here before stepping out of bounds. And he's going to have the first down. And Pardonnet there was tracking it on the quarterback. Black could have been a huge play for the defense. But instead it'll be a first down there as Braden Black once again showing that he can pick up some important yardage with his feet. He went out of bounds though. Stopped the clock momentarily as they reset the chains. Now it's running again. Down to 4 minutes left. Olivet, for some reason, not waiting for this clock to go all the way down to 0 to get the snap off. They give it up the middle. And the big man, Washington, going to pick up a few yards. And right now, Olivet with a 2-point lead. Wonder why they're not snapping the football with just a couple seconds left. Almost 15 there when they snapped that football. 3:40 left here. The Dutchman defense in desperate need of a stop. They've still got 2 timeouts left. And you wonder if they might use a timeout here. Now Olivet letting the clock run down. Play clock down to 15. 3:20 left on the clock. Now the Comets will let the clock run down. Snap it with 5. Black rolls out. Play action. We're going to flag down. He's going to be sacked. And it's going to be a loss of around 2 back to the 30. But we do have a flag coming in the area where you would expect holding. But a lot of the defenders for Hope pointing at the offense before the play started like they saw someone moving. But after that sack, you wouldn't want that play to be called dead. And we'll see what the officials discuss here. And you wonder if Hope would accept or decline this penalty in this situation. You think with time a factor, they would decline a penalty and just take the 3rd and 10 instead of the 2nd and 20, giving Olivet another play to run off some clock. I think in this situation here, illegal motion is the penalty on the offense. The Dutchmen are going to decline that penalty, and I like that there. Only would have been a 5-yard penalty. Would have given Olivet second down. This way, with 3 minutes and 6 seconds left, you go straight to 3rd down, and with a 3rd and 10, you've only got to stop them once. Big play. Biggest of the game so far. Dutchman trying to get the crowd to make some noise here. 3rd down and 10. 3 minutes left to play. Now Black in the gun. Lilly to his left. We'll see if they go to the air. Black in the gun here. Takes the snap. He's looking to his right. Now left. Up the middle. He's going to try and take off and run for it. He evades one defender. Now another. He gets all the way forward. He's got enough for a first down and more. And that's got to be just infuriating for this Hope defense. As Braden Black, the quarterback, continually, time after time, just scrambling and rushing for whatever he wants. And this time he picks up about 15 yards. And really not even close there. He's just running around Hope defenders here who just aren't taking the right pursuit angles in this situation. And Braden Black making mincemeat of this defense now with another big carry. Hope now with just 2 timeouts. They're going to have to stop him right here or this game's going to be over. 2:15 left on the clock. Houston comes in motion. Black hands off the big fella, Washington, trying to pound his way forward. He'll pick up 4 yards. And whistle blown to stop the clock here. Looks like Hope is going to take one of their 2 remaining timeouts. The Dutchman will have to come up with a stop right here. Olivet gets 1 more first down. The game will most likely be over. So now 2:06 left in the game. 15-13. Olivet leads Hope. Olivet just needs to pick up a first down to ice this football game as Hope just used their second timeout. They've got 1 remaining here. It'll be 2nd down and 6. So even if Hope can come up with a stop, they're a timeout short of keeping the clock stopped. So Olivet would be able to run off about 40 seconds or so. So Hope maybe could get the ball back with about a minute and a half. Minute 20 perhaps would be the best case for the Dutchmen if they can come up with a stop here. And of course Olivet being where they are at the midfield would pin the Dutchmen fairly deep. So they'd have a long way to go. But trailing by only 2, a field goal could win it for the Dutchmen. Olivet on the 49-yard line, just a yard shy of midfield. Taking the field again here. Black's going to go under center. Washington, the big fella, right behind him. Mosier to the left. Houston at the wing on the left side. Washington picks up a couple yards here. And he's to the 48. That's going to make it 3rd and 3. And the clock now ticking under 2 minutes, 1:55. And this is the ball game right here on 3rd and 3. The Dutchmen need to come up with a stop. From the Dutchman 48, the Comets will let the clock wind down as far as they can. If they get the first down, that'll be the game. The Dutchmen need a stop here. They're going to try and bring some pressure. Black under center. Got to imagine they'll go to the big man Washington again to pick up 3. Right behind, they'll go to Washington. He bounces outside. Gibson missed the tackle, and Washington was all the way up the sideline for the first down. Gibson came in the backfield, tried to cut down the big man Washington. Couldn't quite make the play. So that should just about do it here, as the Dutchmen have only 1 timeout, and there's 1:18 left. Olivet should be able to pretty much knee this one out.
And the Comets lead by 2, 15-13.
And they're going to bring in a different set. And play clock down to 10 seconds. Comets going to huddle up. They're going to have to get up to the line quickly, get off the snap as they're in the victory formation. Make sure they're set. Black's going to snap it. 1 second, get the knee off. Hope going to use a timeout here to take a stoppage of clock here. 1:16. And 1:16 left. That'll be 2nd down. But when you add it up, 25 seconds the next couple times, it's going to be just enough to end off this game as just 1 more second. 25 seconds per snap here, and they'll take it down. And this one's going to be very close. With 1:16 left, 76 seconds on the clock. And on 2nd down, the Comets will be able to kneel it down twice, take off about 50 seconds or so. So we'll see what they end up going with here. Rain still coming down here. Comets on the 38 of the Dutchman. 15-13, Olivet leads Hope. 1:16 left to go. Hope used their final timeout. And the Comets should they continue to take the knee, we'll be able to get it very close. In the victory formation, Black takes the knee again. And that 40 seconds will get it down to about 30. And then it'll be just one more snap here on third down for the Comets. And down on the 39-yard line here, the Comets will just have to kneel it down one more time to end this ball game. Out of timeouts here for the Dutchmen. Clock under 40 seconds now, so this knee will just about do it. And the Dutchmen jumping the snap here, trying to come through here and knock the ball away on the snap. But the penalty on the defense here. It's going to back things up. And that's going to be just a 5-yard penalty. Really won't have any effect here. Comets still just need to snap this ball and take a knee for the game to end. And the officials communicating here, I think they're asking if it'll be a 10-second runoff because of the defensive penalty. And indeed it will, so the clock will go from 32.4 to 22.4. Won't make a defense. Olivet's just got to snap this, take a knee, and the ball game will be over. At around 230 people listening to this game right now. Just wanted to say thank you to those of you tuning in, and thank you to Lawrence and Vanderswart for sponsoring our broadcast, allowing you guys to catch all the Hope Athletics action. And with that, the Olivet Comets are going to improve to 3-1 on the year. Hope College Flying Dutchmen will fall to 1-3, 0-1 in MIAA play, 1-0 in MIAA play for Olivet. In a hard-fought game here from Ray and Sue Smith Stadium. It's a 15-3 victory for the Comets over the Dutchmen. The Dutchmen fall just short as they faltered on offense throughout the night. Could not get anything going late here, and Olivet ran out the clock. Schrader was 11 for 20 for 97 yards in the air. McCluzak, 71 yards on 10 carries for 1 touchdown. Gamble had 68 yards on 8 carries, averaged 8.5 yards per carry. Had a nice night. Caccini with 44 yards on 4 receptions for the Dutchmen. On the other side, it was Braden Black, 15 for 21, 204 yards in the air. Had a nice night, also rushed for 50 yards, so 254 total yards for the senior quarterback. Cornelius Saxton led the Comets in receiving with 103 yards on 7 receptions. And Bailey averaged 19 yards of reception with 77 yards on 4 catches. So the final score again here from Ray and Sue Smith Stadium. The Olivet Comets 15, Hope College Flying Dutchmen 13. The Comets improve to 1-0 in MIAA play, 0-1 to start things off for the Dutchmen. Thanks for tuning in. We'll have our next live broadcast coming up on Tuesday this week. And make sure you tune in. We'll see you next time.